Hello everyone, it is me, the Gaming Pig, coming at you with another video. This one is going to be pretty brief. I just wanted to go ahead and review the Curse of Dreadbear wave of action figures by Funko. Now, this released last year in October, and I got the entire set, but I never reviewed them. I planned on it, but it never saw the light of day. So today, I decided, you know what, it's the 3-year anniversary of when Curse of Dreadbear DLC started for Help Wanted. It spanned multiple days with content being added throughout, if you remember back then. But, to be honest, it is my favorite FNAF thing basically ever. That the original Help Wanted is really good too, but this DLC just blew it out of the park with its originality, and showed that Steelwool is really capable of making some creative ideas, even if they are responsible for security breach. But yeah, so I decided let's just review these real quick. I never got a chance to, so we're gonna do that now. And yeah, I don't have Captain Foxy. I might have to get him at some point, but as of right now, I just don't have him. So yeah, that's too bad, but I might get him someday. But I'm kind of happy with these guys for now. But yeah, I figured since it's close to Halloween, let's just give these a review. So we're going to start with the main man himself, Dreadbear, because this is probably one of the best Funko FNAF action figures of all time. The sculpt on this guy is just insanely accurate. It's really impressive. It looks straight out of the game. Like, this is just an amazing figure. When it comes to sculpt, when it comes to paint, I don't think it's aged super well, if it was ever that great, because it's almost like a bluish green, which is a very odd choice. He does have a bunch of dirtiness sculpted all around him, which is fine, but you know, the green they chose, just not it, and they didn't really paint any of the staples around. So while this figure is great for sculpt, paint work, not so much. The eyes could be painted like yellow, but they're not painted at all. But yeah, he does have his bow tie, which is really cool, and the teeth and these bolts look amazing. They even like sculpted the line where his brain would be inserted into his skull. So really great figure. Just could be painted, but the sculpt work on this guy knocks it out of the park. Truly amazing. I mean, like, his hands look amazing. His torso looks incredible. His face, even his feet, you know, are accurate. Just everything about this character, this figure is really good. Amazing figure. Just amazing. I love that figure. Probably one of the best Funko's ever made. But let's move on to a character who isn't really in Curse of Dreadbear, but they made a figure of anyway, and I'm happy that they did. It's Glitchtrap, and he is officially called Glitchtrap. Funko has officially confirmed that, at least. They licensed him and sold him as Glitchtrap, so he's no Malhair, you know, he's just Glitchtrap, which is cool. That's the name that I prefer to use for him, so yeah. And I mostly like this figure. It's a bit controversial, but I think this figure is actually pretty good, because he has a lot of the things that Dreadbear had that worked well for him. So color's all great. He has all sorts of dirtiness, which is intentional, all around his paint work, because the suit, you know, in Help Wanted is a little bit dirty and it's a little bit gross and grimy, and they got that really good in my opinion. You can also see kind of some of the folds in the fabric, which look great, in my opinion. They got this great. Definitely when compared to Vanny, this is the best human costume character figure. His joints are silver, which is strange because he's not an animatronic, so that's where points, you know, have been lost for some people. But I think that these joints are going to be what they do for every single figure. They've never changed it, so I don't think we should expect much different. They could have made the joints yellow to match better with the figure, but it's fine to me. The only thing is, they didn't paint the stitching at all. Same thing with what they did for Dreadbear, so yeah, not too great in my opinion. And yeah, but the face, I think it looks a little bit off, but I think overall pretty solid. and he's got his vest and everything is just super accurate. He even has a little tail, so I like this figure, despite that he might have some flaws with him. I think he's pretty solid. A really cool figure to have, in my opinion. Very glad that they made him. Next up, we're going to go with Jacko Bonnie, and this is a recolor of Nightmare Bonnie. Obviously, I don't think we should have expected anything different, because that's exactly what Jacko Bonnie is. And I like this figure a decent amount. He's the same as normal Nightmare Bonnie. He just has all the Jacko colors. And I like how he looks, but there's just one thing that's very glaring and obvious. His torso and head are translucent, while his ears, arms, and legs are not. And it looks really weird. I wish that they just didn't make that translucent and just match the entire body together. That would have been better in my opinion. But his colors, I'd say, are mostly accurate for him. Pretty solid there. I like how the face bits are yellow here. Very cool. Kind of wish they painted the mouth in yellow as well. And some other bits would be cool to have painted in yellow, but it's fine. He is missing his nose, which is totally accurate to the original Jacko Bonnie from the game, because it's meant to be like he's a jack-o'-lantern who's been carved out. And yeah, overall just a nice figure to have. Maybe not the best, but in my opinion, he's pretty good in this wave. I like this figure quite a bit. He's pretty cool. And moving on to our final figure, we have Grim Foxy, or Jacko Foxy as people have called him, from Curse of Dreadbear. Now this is something that Steelwool made up, and I really like this character in the game. I love the corn maze section with him, but I'm not going to lie to you guys, the merch for Grim Foxy is just pretty disappointing and underwhelming in my opinion. Like, he looks okay, he just doesn't really look a whole lot like Grim Foxy. For one, he's got the same translucent torso and head, just like Jacko Bonnie has, which doesn't work. And also, Grim Foxy in the game is like more reddish orange. Actually pretty dark red, to be honest with you. He just has the glowing inside. And I don't think that they did a good job. He just looks orange, just like how Jacko Bonnie is. And for me, not my favorite type of thing they did there. Also, I wish that his waist was articulated, because they articulated the waist of Jacko Bonnie, but not him for whatever reason. And his hook looks fine. It feels like it could be a little bit bigger, because it's supposed to be like this big hook, and it kind of looks wimpy in my opinion. But I mean, otherwise he looks fine. They just reused a lot of the parts for Nightmare Foxy, where they probably could have made new bits. But I do like these things going on there. I think he's overall pretty good, just my least favorite in the entire sets, because he's probably the most underwhelming, but I think he's pretty good. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. I just wanted to do a nice Halloween type of video, and since it's Curse of Dreadbear's anniversary, I thought today would be pretty fitting, and I don't really have a lot of content ideas, so I figured I was always thinking about doing this video, so now's the perfect time. So let me know what you guys thought about this in the comments down below. What are your thoughts on this set? I know it came out last year, so what do you think about this? And what are your favorite memories with Curse of Dreadbear DLC? I absolutely love that DLC. It's some of the best FNAF content ever made. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching. Take care. Until next time. Bye bye.